Welcome to Good Mythical More, where we are going to endeavor to find the best seat in any environment where there's seats pictured.
We will also be defining the word blandishment.
It's like,
Blandishment.
is this where you banish something that's bland? Blandishment?
I think this is when there's something that's a little bit too interesting and exciting and you need to take the sheen off a little bit.
All right, so it's the thing that de-sheens it. Bring in the blandishment.
Well, that's a blandishing or a blandishment as the process of something having the sheen taken off of it. So it might be someone with an interesting haircut having to like shape up for a job.
Oh.
The blandishment of Aaron.
Yeah, my mom made me blandish my hair when I was up for a scholarship.
Mm-hmm. So how right were we? Flattery intended to persuade.
Okay, we weren't right.
Right.
All right. So Stevie, give us the context because I know that this is an internet originated concept.
The seats?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking about
That.
what are you the sweatshirt, the seats, or the fried chicken that we were gonna unpack?
What we're doing in this more, the seats.
The seats.
First. Then
Seats
let's visit the
first.
chicken.
It's kind of like we've played similar things, like what's the bite you would take next, or like what's the utensil you would use. So it's
But it is
basically
an internet thing for sure.
Yeah,
But is there I was told that there was a picture.
yeah. I'm going
that
to show
people
you various
talked about.
different pictures, and
No,
then
but-
there's
no,
going to be seat options.
I was told that there was a picture that people on the internet were already talking about which was the best seat.
I was not told that.
I think it's
these are from the internet.
Any picture.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here's this movie
Okay.
theater. What's
right.
the best seat?
Okay.
Here's
Okay.
a living room. What's the best
sorry.
seat?
Yeah. Do you
Just show
want
me a
to?
damn picture?
Okay, fine. We'll unpack your fried chicken later.
All right, so there's 8 slots here in this Be Real. Is that what? So this is like,
3
what?
is the best seat.
What is that Be Real?
I'm not worried about that.
You
I'm
would
worried about-
choose to sit on the seat that doesn't have a pillow cushion and also has like some used like.
Oh, well, I'm gonna move.
blankets?
I didn't realize the pillow cushion. Sorry, I was gonna move. I was gonna move that stuff.
This is a Nebraskan, like, frat house or something?
Yeah, I'm not touching any kind of thing in this house.
8.
Because
I'll
where
take
is
8.
it? I
The
mean,
TV's on the right.
they're all way too close to the television.
I mean, 4 is not bad, but that TV's really small.
Yeah,
think-
what do you mean by way too close to the television?
It seems, maybe it's just the wide angle or something.
I think it's just they're all too close to
Except
each
for
other.
4 and 5, like back there, that looks like that's optimal viewing distance from that television.
But 8, you can you've got access to the coffee table. Mm-hmm. You've got an
Prop your feet up.
armrest. You've
Pick
got
up
a
your
pretty
drink.
good angle on the TV,
But 1, you're totally isolated in a good way.
but you can barely see the TV.
And
I mean, you're seeing the side.
And is that a recliner? What is 1?
Yeah,
It's
because
like-
there's not like any armrests.
It looks
looks
like a
like-
manger. You know, put baby Jesus in there. I got their Christmas tree up. You know, it's like, is it like this?
Yeah, it does look like that.
8. I'm
But I-
sticking with 8.
I feel like there's
What is that
there's
black
arguments
box under Be Real? Is that a subwoofer? I'm so distracted.
that I think that's another like a stool / storage situation.
And
So
what is that
technically,
window
you could
back
also
there
sit
that's
on it.
really just 3 pictures?
It's not a window.
This is Nebraska.
They're not in
They
California.
don't have a palm tree
They're
out
not in
there.
California.
I'm gonna go. I was thinking about 2,
There's
but
also
now
syrup on the coffee table.
I think I want 7 or maybe 1,
What about a
depending on.
pancake breakfast?
If I don't want to touch these people, I'm gonna go with 1.
Okay. And what did you
8.
said 8?
I want to be able to watch the movie. I got an armrest. I got nothing. I'm not sitting on anything.
5's gonna hate you, tall boy.
Oh, no, it's stadium seating.
Now, how
is
do you feel about in this environment, I believe I would go for 4 because the leather,
That's nice.
it's a
good.
little less scary than, I don't know what
Stuff is
seeping
less
in,
baked in.
And you're in
know.
the back, so you can get out of there
Well, and I also feel like in this environment, you want your back to the wall. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't know what's going to be happening in here.
I just realized there's 2 televisions.
Where's the second
There's a
television?
low one and a high one.
Oh, my goodness.
I've only been looking at the low one.
I've only been looking at the high one.
I've only been looking at the low one, too.
There's one
Oh,
that's up at the
my.
ceiling, and then there's another one.
You know what that is? That's so 4, 5, and 6 can see the top television.
It's a double feed.
It's a double feed, which is totally something we would have done in college.
We did it one time with Planet of the Apes. Remember that?
Yeah.
We split the feed and sent it all around the house.
Yep, so that the girls that came to our party could be in any room.
That's right.
So many girls.
Pick a room, girls.
Okay. All right. I feel like all those are valid answers. Let's move on to. Do you want to move on to this one, or do you want to talk about your
this
fried
one.
chicken?
This
Okay.
Let's do this one, and
We're
then we'll
gonna
talk
tease it.
chicken.
The problem with the chicken is everybody else knows about the chicken except us. So I'm
Well,
just- I'm-
this
I'm
is
thinking
about you
Oh, it's
and
not-
your satisfaction.
It's not about that. It's about how confident you were. We
Yeah,
need
I'd
to-
rather not
we
talk
need to
about it.
unpack- Yeah, that's why you don't want to talk about it.
Now, this is a big room. First of all, look at that piece of furniture under the television. It spans the entire length of this room.
It's like a Rhett-sized couch furniture. Like
Yeah.
it's
It's wall to wall.
very long.
bureau.
Is this a hotel?
The TV needs to be bigger.
Now, have you tried to sit in one of these cocoon nesty chairs before?
Yes.
I feel like
Sitting-
they promise a lot,
Yeah.
and then you get in them, and you're like, "This is not what I was hoping it would be."
Which is, kind of like your sex life.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Eight and 9 are ruled out because I don't like facing sideways when I'm watching something. Again,
That's
I'm
horrible.
thinking about that. I'm thinking
3,
about the TV.
2. If I get 3, I'm going to take 2 as well, maybe 1. So I have to get that, I got to go 1, 2, and 3.
I think
Stretch out.
This is easy. I think it's 5 again.
I think it's 4.
It's lined up with the screen. You've got an armrest.
I'm going for 4, you're going for 5.
We'll sit next to each other.
Because I bet you I can reach over to the right and grab me a beverage off of a end table that you can't see. Now 9 has got a place to put your feet.
Yeah, what if this was like not a TV situation? It was like a party, and there's like limited, not everyone gets a seat.
9.
2. I want people on either side of me, so if I don't like 1, I can turn to 3. You want to have options.
I like having my own seat at a party. If you can get a solo seat.
But you're
And then-
stuck with 8.
But
What
then
if,
you
what if 8 sucks?
Oh, I'm not stuck with 8. There's a gap between us.
So you're just going to ignore 8? 8 got nobody else to talk to.
No, I'm assuming that we're all having the same conversation. There's light piano playing at my party, not loud music.
Well, that's a kickback.
Yeah.
She said a party.
I don't go to those types of parties. If I can't hear you from more than 7 feet, then I go home.
All right, Stevie, where are you? Are you in a nest? 7 or 6?
This is like a less scary situation than the frat situation. I
Frat.
think that there's a lot of good options here, but I do agree that the hangy egg chair is not a good vibe when there are other people in the room. This is like a seclusion situation
Book
where
reading.
like exactly, you don't care what you look like, and you're just right in there. But if it's a party situation, that I'd be in chair 9. But in general, I think you both
Well,
made
Red's in
great
chair 9,
choices.
Stevie.
Well, we're there
We're
at
sharing
different
it.
times. Sharing.
I'm on her lap.
You're like
Okay?
hovering.
Yes, she got there first. We do what we always do.
You're on that stool facing.
when Stevie gets in a chair first. She plays Santa for me.
If y'all want to talk about the chicken.
Let's
we can
talk about the chicken.
What,
Okay,
which
so-
one's
Right off the bat, I was right and you were wrong.
Here's the thing. You were right for the first 2 rounds. And I was like, oh my God, is he going to just like turn it all around?
Well, let's talk about round 1.
Yeah.
Round 1 was KFC.
KFC. It was the only thing that had the 11 herbs and spices at all. And I was like, I'm not sure about this because it's not coming as strong as I want, but
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I'll also
was
say
good.
in 2016, neither one of you got KFC right.
Well, I got really gun shy about that first one because I was like, I know I'm going to know KFC. And I bit it and I was like,
I thought it was really good though, right?
oh, yeah.
You
thought
said it was
Ralph's.
Ralph's, and I think our like idea of Ralph's is that it is good. And
Oh, yeah.
Ralph's did not hit for y'all this time. And I
Different
don't
cook.
think,
Had a
yeah,
different
neither
cook
one of you
today.
guessed it. Whole Foods, Ralph's you ranked the lowest, actually, surprisingly, and Whole Foods the second lowest.
Whole
But
Foods. Did I get Whole Foods right?
You got it. It was the
'cause,
second
It had that
round.
like weird, like almost like potpourri.
Potpourri, yeah.
Yeah.
Oddly, Link, the two that you guessed correct were the
Churches?
same two you guessed correct in 2016.
Wow.
Bojangles and Churches. You just added in the Franken round, you got Ralph's. And you didn't get it before.
Oh,
And then
not a good show.
Did I get any in the Franken round?
you got Churches correct in the Franken round. So you both got one
There was
right and it
Churches
wasn't the
and
same
Ralph's.
one. Yeah. And then
None of
Popeyes
them were
was the
bad.
last one. So you got that one right too.
Yeah. Popeyes had the Cajun seasoning.
But yeah, pretty consistent for you to guess the same two correct
Wow.
again.
But Bojangles was our favorite.
But Bojangles was your favorite.
Here's the interesting thing
Bojangles
about
was
Bojangles.
shit.
Yep. Bojangles, their crunchy or whatever you call it, their breading is tectonic. It's like flat pieces. It's more angular.
It breaks apart.
It breaks apart in like flat plates. It's very interesting.
And I want to say, I mean, let it not be lost on us, crowd. I mean, that was shipped. It wasn't fresh. Like fried chicken that's not fresh.
He was overnighted.
Yeah, but like when was that fried? Yesterday?
No, Bojangles. Yeah, it was overnighted. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so it was fried
I think
yesterday.
there was
From North
something
Carolina.
wrong with the Ralph's. Like the Ralph's sat or something. Because you did rate it
Right.
like much lower than
But it's just kind of crazy that, I mean, I would have definitely given Bojangles a 10 if it had been fresh, but it still won.
Do you think
crazy.
though that you
Yes.
yeah, like it was just like you immediately knew it was Bojangles, so that's why you were like in
Yeah.
love with it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Nostalgia. I love it.
All right.
Okay, let's see some more seats.
One.
So you got the black light and the big light.
I'm just going to continue working on my computer while you all do whatever you want to.
I mean, that recliner, I'm still not allowed to have one in my house, but like, I really like to have one of those. Yeah, man, it's like you're the commander on a ship that does nothing but entertain you. That's what I feel like.
You'd
in a
be
recliner.
napping in that thing all the time. That's why she ain't going to let you get it.
The thing about you can't really lay on your side on a recliner and nap. It's kind of hard to do.
Get into the fetal position?
Yeah, it's hard to do that. So it does force you to stay on your back. But I'm a back sleeper.
Yeah, why is that issue?
I'm going for 6.
Now,
5.
what
and
is
if-
the person who's supposed to sit in 6 listening to? You see that cord for the headphones is going behind the couch.
No, that's probably the
whole chair's
the
plugged in.
motor in the chair.
Ew.
Whole chair's plugged in.
Yeah,
It's an electrified chair.
it's probably got heating in it, AC. A
I'll
cooler.
join you in the recliner. Stevie, you want to join us?
Well, then I'll move to 5.
The recliner is a commitment. If you recline, you got to stay for a minute because as soon as you get out, you're making a statement. You know what I'm saying?
It takes a lot of work to get out, so you better mean it. Is that the statement?
That, but also like, I don't like your company. I've chosen to recline all the way and then leave more immediately than,
And sometimes you can draw a lot of attention to yourself when you start playing with the lever. And it
Yep.
gets stuck.
Well, this one I think is electronic. So you're not at 6. Where does that put you?
I just don't want to be in this room.
Yeah.
So I would go for
Male
maybe a
living
3.
space.
A 3, you sneak out into whatever part of the room you can't see.
So I'm seeing a pattern here. So were you a back of the class sitter? I thought you were a front of the
Depends
class.
on the year. Depends on
Oh.
the age.
Oh.
You know.
Okay.
But I'm going off of the vibes of this room are you come into this room to either play video games or watch someone play video games.
Yeah.
I'm not good at either one of those things.
Yep.
So
And that's okay.
Speaking of video games, question. You guys play these Netflix video games? Have you noticed this?
they're really pushing them.
Have you?
No.
Okay, so you're on Netflix.
Yeah.
You're scrolling. You see the different categories, and then it's like video games. And I've seen this. I've seen it, but I've been like afraid of it. Mm-hmm. And last night I clicked into it. You play video games on Netflix?
Like what kind of video games?
Lots of video games.
Like are we talking like
your phone,
classic
your
video
phone
games?
becomes the controller.
Your
and
phone.
No, like lots of different games. Not necessarily. I mean, not
It's mostly like tied to their IP, like a game based on one of their TV shows, right?
Really?
No,
Like-
no.
Oh, there's some random ones.
There's some that are like show up in other.
What did you play?
platforms. I didn't play any of them. I scrolled through. I did what you do when you're trying to figure out what you're going to do on Netflix.
Apple TV. There's games on that, but it's like Apple TV looks like a laptop screen more, you know, and then it like you click on games,
But it looked like
it
there
seemed
was
like
some
it made sense.
complex games, like games that you got to save. You know what I'm saying? Like games you got to come back to.
Interesting.
And I was like, this might be my way in.
But you didn't actually play a game.
This might be my way into video games because I'll just say I was watching Netflix.
I'm a Netflix gamer.
I mean, you gotta know it's a lot of people's way in because they're just like. Otherwise, you gotta have a console or you got.
I feel like there's like a Candy Crush adjacency. You know,
Anybody played them?
Nobody.
The phone
Selene.
version. They have phone games that's like story games.
Okay.
And
Story games.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll get into that's a deeper thing.
Is
Okay.
it Bawdy?
Is it what?
Bawdy.
Maybe.
All right, let's see another room. I'd play Netflix in this room. It's got that beam down the middle. It looks like one of those like fellowship halls that like you can yank a wall out of nowhere
Yeah.
to make it into two rooms.
Right.
I mean,
Two Bible studies at the same time.
why would you want? I mean, if I'm in 4, I don't feel like I'm invited to watch the television.
I don't
That
like
beam tells me you're not a part of this.
Yeah, I don't like an ottoman that looks like a child's coffin.
Right.
I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
Ottoman.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it.
Short coffin.
I shouldn't have said it, but I'm just saying it was what I was thinking. I usually keep those things to myself. Maybe I should do that. So I don't want to be anywhere near that. So I'm sitting on the floor, which is not an option.
I'm sitting on the coffin, just point blank at the television. I mean, 4 is the most comfy. That's it. That's got to be it. I would do 3 if I could also take 2 and 1. But, I mean, couches are only good for one person, really. Unless you're like,
that's like the antithesis of the design of a couch.
I know, but if I'm watching something, I do not want my feet on the floor.
Put them on the coffin. There's room for 3 sets of feet on that coffin.
Yeah. If I'm talking to 4, I'll put my feet on that coffin, but I'm at 4. I'm over here.
Okay. The TV is at a good height, but they don't have great seating to interact with it.
They need a seat on the top side of the coffin.
You could
Flanking
just
that
you
lamp.
could just sit on it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Are you at 4,
I'm on the floor.
Stevie?
I'm at 3.
Okay.
I feel like that's you got a nice angle
Nobody wants one.
on the TV, and you also have a side table for your liquid death.
All right, let's squeeze one more in. under the wire. Here we go. Just a quick decision. Oh my God.
Okay. 2.
Okay. I'm at 3 because I got to reach that coffee.
Stevie, that leaves you at 1.
Here we are.
Perfect. That's the one I wanted.
That's going to be a great afternoon.
Minimalist. Brutalist almost.
Get the Mythical Color Block crew necks now at mythical.com.